Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. In this video, I go through the roadmap from week to week, letting you know exactly what has changed. As always, a huge shout out to all my patrons. It is because of these guys that I get to make these kind of videos. So if you do enjoy my content and would like to support me even further, follow the link to my Patreon page below. So this week has seen a few updates. Still no 4.1 on the roadmap, unfortunately, but it's still been pretty exciting. Now, in the roadmap update post from CIG, they mention how they are continuing on with the staggered development approach. This basically just means that they divide the team up, and while one team focuses on 3.7, for example, cleaning that up now, the other team will focus on 3.8, which means that there are less delays and less holdups. This also means that they will keep squashing the bugs, and as it mentions in the post, it says it's time to squash some of the long-standing bugs and clean up the gameplay experience and playability. That is good news. We don't know which bugs exactly, but hopefully most of them. Now, unfortunately, this does mean that some features will slip, and there has been a couple of slips this week, but also there was one very exciting new card added, which I will get to later. So, for 3.8 and locations, the Microtech planet is 69% complete. 9 out of 13 tasks are done. 4 of them were actually completed over the last week, which means there are 4 tasks remaining. The new Babbage landing zone exteriors, this is at 65%. 56 out of 86 tasks done, 30 remain. Now they've decided to split the landing zone into exterior and interior, which means for 3.8 we will be getting the external structures of New Babbage, but not the interior until 3.9. They did say that the Microtech planet and its biomes will be finished and explorable, but I'm wondering if we will at least get maybe the New Babbage spaceport where we can set our ships down and reset our spawns. I'm not really sure exactly what this means. Do let me know what you think. Personally, I'm okay with having the new planet, the moons, the biomes, this new weather that we'll talk about in a second for 3.8, and then getting the main sort of city for 3.9. I think we'll have enough to explore in that duration. It is a shame, but I'm quite okay with that. Now, talking of weather, there has been an article in one of the German games magazines in regards to Planet Tech version 4 and what we will be getting by way of visual and visual effects improvements with Microtech. Now, I believe they're going to go into more depth at CitizenCon and show this off a lot more, but I'll go through briefly what it said, as I would like to address this in a more specific video. But some of the improvements we will see include better transitioning from space to ground, with the geography of the planet changing less as you approach it. We'll have weather conditions, including rain, improvements to the atmosphere, volumetric clouds, and ground fog, amongst others as well. Now, they say that all this tech should appear with Microtech only for 3.8, and then after 3.8 they will begin rolling it out to the other planets. This is kind of incredible, and I cannot wait to visit Microtech. This is why I'm not too fussed about not getting the new Babbage interiors all sorted for us, because just experiencing weather on a planet is going to be quite phenomenal, and especially somewhere like Microtech. I'm hoping we'll see snow and things along those lines, as well as rain, but I feel like it's going to be just blowing our minds. We'll have to wait and see, but that's exciting. Anyway, moving on to other locations, we have Calliope, the moon, for Microtech. This is 66% complete. 10 out of 15 tasks are done. 3 of them were completed last week. 5 now remain. Same goes for Clio, which is 9 tasks out of 14 done. Again, 3 completed, 5 remain. Now, the rest stop interior variations, which we saw quite recently, is at 74%. 90 out of 121 tasks are completed. 7 of them were done last week. 1 has been added, and now only 31 are remaining. So for AI, the NPC bartender improvements are at 85%. 67 out of 79 are done. 1 was completed last week. Only 12 remain. That is it for AI for the moment, and we'll get into that a bit later. For gameplay, the Annunciator panels is at 14%. 4 out of 28 tasks are done. Last week it was scheduled, and we have seen this on Inside Star Citizen, just giving us a bit more information as to what's going on with our ships. 24 tasks now remain till that one is complete. The FPS close combat, which again we saw a great update on this on Inside Star Citizen. It's looking very impressive. Again, we will talk maybe a little more about this in a future video. There's more to be said than just in a roadmap update, but so far it's looking pretty impressive. That is at 45% complete. 5 out of 11 tasks are completed. 4 of them were done last week. They did add another 5, so now 6 still remain. Death animation improvements was flagged up. It's still in the scheduled phase, but it was maybe the moving stuff around there. For ships in 3.8, there's only one update here, and it is with the mighty Anvil Carrack. It is at 39% complete. 52 out of 134 tasks are done. 5 were done last week, 3 more were added, which means still 82 remain. So there's still a lot to go, and they need this kind of ready for the 23rd, I'm going to say. Putting it out there. Hopefully it's going to be seen at CitizenCon. Not confirmed, but it's highly, highly likely. I have actually put out a video recently, my latest video, talking about the upcoming 3.8 ships, which I will link below. Be sure to check that out if you are interested. Now for weapons in 3.8, the only one is the Apocalypse Arms Animus Missile Launcher. That is at 55% complete. 20 out of 36 tasks are done. 4 were done last week. They did add a further 6 though, so now 16 tasks remain. Now in 3.9, the new card, New Babbage Landing Zone Interiors, which is obviously the interior of this whole landing area, is at 60% complete. 18 out of 30 tasks are done. 17 were actually done last week, but they did add a further 20, which means 12 do remain. Doesn't sound like there's a lot to do there, to be fair, but I don't know anything, so we'll leave it. For AI in 3.9, FPS cover usage version 1 has been added. It was in 3.8, so this has been pushed back to 3.9. If you were watching my stream yesterday, I did mention that there were still 3 cards in AI for 3.8 that were scheduled, so there's a good chance that they will be pushed, and it looks like things are starting to take shape there. Now, there's one new addition to 3.9 gameplay, and it's called Prisons. So this is a new card. We know at CitizenCon there will be a panel focused on talking about prison life and what it will involve. I'm happy to see it's included on the roadmap, and I'm very excited for this panel. If you are going to CitizenCon, you will find me there. But it does mention on the roadmap that they have made considerable progress on prison gameplay, with associated gameplay activities, missions and environments nearly complete. Now this again is something I will discuss in more depth in a separate video, but also on my stream as well. All of what I cover here, we will have a good old chat on stream on Monday, so do make sure you're following me on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers. The link is below in the description. Come and let me know what you think. Let's discuss this. I'll also try and let you know what I've heard in the past regarding prison gameplay, as it's all very, very exciting, and I'm happy to see it coming to fruition a lot sooner than we'd ever imagined. But, as I say, that's a separate video. So, for 4.0 in AI, the FPS and flight improvements and polishing have been pushed back from 3.9 to 4.0, and that's it. So that is your lot for this week's roadmap update. With the approaching CitizenCon and 3.8 patch and the success of 3.7, which I am still thoroughly enjoying, and seeing big quality of life improvements, my hype is now through the roof, and probably will be throughout till next year. The game is really, really coming together, and it's a great time to be a citizen. This staggered development, from what we have seen, has been a big improvement in the development as a whole, especially for improving the playability of the game. So much to come, which is extremely exciting, all of which we can chat about on other vids and streams, as I say. Anyway, with that said, massive thank you to my patrons. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the Carrack. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.